Hi, Dr. B here, psychiatric nurse practitioner, and I get to interview my personal business coach today, Charlene Walters. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, we're going to be launching a coaching program with choice mapping, but I really got to a point as a business person not knowing where to go. And so I started looking for a business coach and found Charlene, and I'm already in love with her. So
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your coaching business.
So definitely. So I like to coach people, entrepreneurs who have businesses. Sometimes they're just starting out. Sometimes they're further along in business. And it's overwhelming, as you know, to be an entrepreneur. We have a lot of ideas. We have a lot of things going on. So sometimes it just helps to have someone really talk those things through, set goals, and kind of stick with it, and just to bounce ideas off of, I find.
And you've been pretty successful as being a thought leader. So that's a new term that I learned, that's what I want to try to create for myself, is being a thought leader. And you have an MBA and a PhD in business. So you have the educational, or the initials behind your name, as we say.
I like initials, don't we? We all like initials.
But you've also written a book.
I have. It's called Launch Your Inner Entrepreneur. It's about how you can change your mindset to take action and become more successful in business. And that's very important. Obviously, taking action is a big thing, because jumping into entrepreneurship is a giant leap, and then keeping that action going to move your business.
And it really fits in with choice mapping, the whole mindset piece, and being able to use all of that inner work that I've done on myself to now, use that, these kind of mindset things can be used in business. So give us one little sneak peek of what are these mindsets.
So the first one, as I mentioned, is taking action. And that's really about formulating your plans, getting your business together, setting your goals. And if you're already in business, just kind of doing the next level. And that's so big, because often in business, we sort of get overwhelmed and paralyzed. And then it's about also developing the resilience and the tenacity to stick with it, because there's so much failure and so many obstacles and setbacks that you'll hit. So you need to have that resilience to keep moving forward. And it's okay to feel bad. It's okay to feel sad when things don't go your way. But just have to get yourself out of it and find a coping strategy so that you can keep moving on.
And I'm glad you said that, because that balance, a lot of the self-help books that I read are all about positive. If you just, think it, you can manifest it. And then when those things don't happen, or you hit those roadblocks, it becomes difficult to not just say, or to quit, or and so that resilience, even in business.
Oh, definitely. I know even many times for me, I'll hit something, will happen, and I'll have to talk myself out of it, and it could be a minor rejection, but I'm stuck, and I know when that happens, I need to take a break, I need to spend some time with my kids, I need to go for a run, whatever I can to bring myself out of it. And that's really the point of the book, is that you have to have those strategies, you have to keep moving, you have to find ways to keep innovating and being creative. It's the most important thing, and it's really about having the right attitude.
Yeah, so strategies. So tell me about strategies in that resiliency.
So for me, I like to recommend that people, if you're feeling bad about yourself, maybe you're doubting yourself, keep a list of all of the accomplishments you had, your expertise, your skills, everything you've done right, hang it somewhere. So when you're feeling bad about yourself and you think you can't do it, it'll remind you that it's all okay. Because a lot of times we are our own worst critics, and we tell ourselves we're not good enough, and we really are. So it's about doing that. I also talk about keeping a list of everything you're doing and referring back to it, because in business, sometimes it feels like nothing's happening, you're standing still, you're not moving anywhere, when in fact, if you flip back and look through it, you're actually moving forward really quickly. So it's about coming up with ways, even have a go-to person who lifts you up when you're feeling down.
So even successful women like yourself actually have days where you don't feel good about yourself?
I do.
I hope that's a lesson for people, that even, I have people look at me all the time and say, how do you do, how you're so happy. I have days like that. Charlene just admitted to having days like that. And so you can choose strategies, and they're going to be different for everybody. She says she runs. I'm not going to run.
Whatever makes you happy, right?
Right. So finding those strategies that work for you.
And it's different, and like you said, Christy said, it is. Everyone feels that way. You're not alone, and you have to just come up with a way to talk yourself out of it. Have a mantra saying, Christy, you're awesome. Charlene, you've got this. Mary, you're amazing. Whatever it is, and pull yourself out.
Do you want to share your personal mantra?
Sure. Well, it's a lot of times it's Charlene, you've got this, or Charlene, get to work if I'm slacking off or I'm distracted.
I always have to tell myself I'm smart, and because I'm sure if you follow me, you've heard this before, is that I didn't think I was smart when I was a kid because I don't academically do well with details and those kinds of things, and that's kind of what is judged as a kid, and then you start to believe that, and so taking away those what we call core beliefs in choice mapping and kind of letting them go and say no. There's other ways that I'm smart, and we're going to show you how.
Everybody's different, right? And another big one I have is saying to myself, God helps those who help themselves. My mom said that to me repeatedly as a kid, and I thought, she doesn't want to help me. She just wants to blow me off. But it's so true. Every time I sit back and wait for something to happen, that is a mistake. You have got to take the action. And do it yourself.
Yes. So it's not just the positive thought. We have to have the positive thought, but we have to back that with action. We can't just sit on the couch and wait for the
things. Doesn't happen that way.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for those coaching tips.
Me,
we will definitely have the information about your book, Launching That Inner Entrepreneur, which is about changing your mindset and knowing that you can do it. So,
absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
And you are mentally strong.